next. Just for each of you guys in turn, take me through what you think has been accomplished over these last couple of days in terms of messaging around the CBA and just being able to talk about this at a time that the lights are the brightest on this league, just for each of you.
I would say just that the players obviously are taking this really seriously. We had the most participation in league history. I think we had close to 40 players in our league meeting. I think it just sends a really strong message that we're standing really firm on certain areas that we feel really strongly that we need to improve on, and I think we got that message across.
Yeah, I think for myself, that was the best part of it, being in the room, and there's over 40 other players in this league, and I'm sure a lot more would have loved to be there if they were in Indianapolis, and I think that's the most powerful thing, is all the girls from across the league just being in that room together.
Thank you.
Next question, row 3 in the center.
Annie Constable, Front Office Sports. This one's for you, Caitlin. Where does your W salary stack up against your deals with State Farm, Gatorade, Nike?
That's a good question. Honestly, I feel like that's where we're really fortunate, is that we have those other deals. And I think that's one of the things that we're in the room fighting for, like Fee said, is, we should be paid more, and hopefully that's the case moving forward as the league continues to grow. I think that's something that's probably the most important thing that we're in the room advocating about.
Next question will come from row 4, all the way to the left.
Caitlin, I'm just curious, how have you seen Aaliyah's playmaking develop this season?
To be honest, I'm not sure it's changed, because I've always said Aaliyah is a great playmaker. If you watch her game, you know how good she is with the ball in her hands. She brings the ball up full court. There was even times last year, I think it's just a comfortability thing, because in the past she plays more on the block, and then since coming into the league, she's kind of played a little bit more on the perimeter, and now with the offense that we run with Steph, I think just having the ball in her hands and really orchestrating that, especially if I'm getting picked up 94 feet or the other team's pressing, we feel very comfortable giving Aaliyah the ball to bring it up full court. So sure, she's certainly got better, but I only say that because I think she's been really good at it her entire career. She passes, she finds people on cuts really well. She's making impressive passes on people cutting, getting open. They're not just point blank wide open passes. So, it's another weapon for us, and she's been incredible in that regard.
Next question, row 1, center.
Hey Fee, hey Caitlin. Fee, this question is for you. It's deeply unserious, so I'm just asking in advance. But my question to you is, do you think you're a better trash talker than Caitlin?
Oh no,
I don't trash talk, so.
I'm not good, so the bar is low. I think of it after, I'm like, ugh, thinking about it for days after. Oh, I should have said this.
He's too nice. Yeah.
I can't think of it fast enough.
That's even when we were picking our teams, I think they probably would have liked if we were talking trash a little bit more, but
Yeah.
no, he's too nice. She's
We're
a mom.
Midwest, we're Midwestern.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Staying in the front row, to your left.
Yeah, Caitlin, can you just tell us what the weekend's been like? It probably wasn't what's ideally what you wanted, but it seems like you still have been having a good time. And how much coaching do you think you're doing tonight?
I think the weekend has been absolutely incredible, and I hope every player in this league, whether you're participating in the game tonight, or we're in the 3-point competition skills competition, or we're just here to enjoy All-Star Weekend, I hope they felt the same and felt the love from the city. And Pacers Sport and Entertainment poured in so much time and money and effort to really make this the best WNBA All-Star there's been in this league, and I'm pretty positive it's been that. Obviously, this is my second, so obviously I can't speak to the prior ones, but just really fortunate. And for myself, it's still been a lot of fun. Obviously, I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to participate last night and won't be able to participate tonight, but still getting to be around and be a part of everything is really important for myself and for the fans. They've been out in full force, whether they're coming into the game tonight or whether they're just enjoying all the festivities that are around our city. So just really happy, not only for Indianapolis and the state of Indiana and our organization, but really just the league overall.
Next question, row 3 in the center.
Caitlin, I know that you're only a second-year player and still really young, but I was just curious about, do you think it's important for you individually to voice your thoughts publicly on what you think are priorities and your thoughts on the next CBA?
I think absolutely, and I think he would tell you a lot of the people in that room, probably half of them were, maybe not half, but a good amount of them were either my age or, we even had rookies in the room too. So I think we all have a good understanding of this is very important for our future, the future of the league, for the futures of our careers, but you know, obviously there's a good amount of older players too that have been in this league a really long time and are excited about the future of where it's going to continue to go. And, you know, they've been fighting for change at the same time. So I think in the room there was a great balance of these young stars, but also these vets that have been advocating for the certain things that we're advocating for quite some time. So I think that was one of the most powerful parts of it, honestly.
Next question, row one, all the way to your left.
Can you kind of describe your range of emotions you've experienced in the last week after having yet another setback? And maybe how nice was it to have these other All-Stars, your Iowa friends, back here to kind of cope and get through some of this?
Yeah, I think when the injury happened, like, it was pretty frustrating considering, like, I knew what the coming days were going to hold for myself. But I feel like dealing with that, and then also just like trying to look at it in the most positive manner that I can, and being a part of this, and you know, that wasn't going to be taken away from me. Is sure, maybe I'm not able to play in the games, but I can still be here and participate, and I have a ton of friends and family in town that are having a really good time. So I've been trying to enjoy it the best I can, and I think just it all comes back to having good perspective on everything. You know, certainly there's frustration and a little bit of sadness, but at the same time, I've been able to have a great time too.
Next question, all the way to the back and on the left.
Hey y'all, question for Napheesa. So obviously this is a forward-driven league and it's been that for pretty much the duration of it. I'm curious for you, do you feel like the way the league is trending, is it more so going to be leaning towards the versatility of offense for forwards or defense for forwards?
Ooh, I would say offense, just because I do think defense wins games, but people are learning to score in so many new ways.
Good offense beats good.
Good offense.
Great offense is good defense.
I was gonna make that.
But I appreciate
that. I know, that's the point.
Defensive player of the year would say that. She has to say that.
But that's what I was gonna say. That's why offense, I think, is because it always is on a play. Offense will always beat defense. Like, good offense will always win. And people are learning to score in such a multitude of new ways. I mean, we have people coming to league expanding the three-point line, post players who can shoot threes, are versatile. So I think the individual player is just growing so much. So I would say offense. But I still think defense wins games.
Next question, toward the back of the room on the left, if you would raise your hand.
Hi, Randall Williams, Bloomberg News. Annie mentioned the sponsorship side. I wonder, from the league messaging standpoint, as you all have been here, I mean, all of us have been to so many different events from sponsors, and I wonder how you all have seen the league grow. But also, when you get in that negotiation room from the CBA perspective, when the messaging is expansion, when it's new sponsors and new revenue, and then you get in there and you're discussing salaries and so much more, how does that feel?
I mean, it's great. That is what we've been fighting for so long, is the league growing. So having new brands come in, having new sponsors come in is exactly what we want. We just also want to reap the benefits of that. You know, that's obviously a lot of new money coming in. And for so long it was, you know, people are not investing in women's sports, it's not accessible enough, and that's changing. And so that's what we are trying to change as well for us, is that we've been a part of that growth. The people before us have. We are, this current group now, are part of that. So we just want to make sure that we are also getting a cut of all this new money that's coming in.
Next question, second row all the way to the right.
Caitlin, right here. We talked about, you know, just how excited you were to play in this game, but then I was talking to all your All-Stars yesterday about how it's important to get healthy too. Mm-hmm. So how are you feeling physically, and how can you maximize this weekend now that you're not playing to get healthy faster?
Yeah, I mean, certainly unfortunate, and I feel like there's been quite a few injuries over the course of the beginning of the season for quite a few people. So a lot of people in the same boat as myself, and even my team has dealt with some injuries tonight. So some people will be on just a couple minutes here and there, and you know, we'll make do with what we have, hopefully to beat Fee. But you know, I mean, I'm not going to say I've just been getting around the clock treatment. I've been still trying to enjoy this weekend and having a balance of that at the same time, and soaking all of this in. And you know, once tomorrow comes around, we'll completely shift my focus to getting as healthy as possible. And you know,
licking her wounds from the lose.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just prioritizing that, but also having a good time has been important for myself too.
We have time for just a couple more. We do have a commitment for the players on the court. Next question, all the way to the left in the second row.
Hi, Tiana Randall Forbes. This question for both of you. All-Star Weekend is notoriously a very fun weekend for both the players and people who come, and we've seen through like live streams and videos that you guys are having way more fun and
Staying on the whole press conference, I guess.
and staying out a little bit more late than you may have anticipated. What is some of the messaging?
What if we do that normally? You just never saw it.
That's true.
I don't know.
True. Making
I mean, I'm not speaking for Fee.
7 a.m. shoot around something.
There was no shoot-arounds today.
Yeah.
Both teams canceled.
I heard. I got the email. So, as captains, what type of messaging are you guys sending to your players about balance and just making sure you are still wanting to get the win?
I mean, I told my team have as much fun as possible. At practice, we just shot a little bit, and then we shot a half-court shot, and we headed out. But I mean, like, that's All-Star Weekend. Like, we joke about winning, but at the end of the day, like, it's not that serious. Like, we're gonna have a fun time, and I feel like for me, it's a little bit of a unique perspective because my first All-Star game was versus Team USA. Like, it was a little more serious, just to help them prepare for the Olympics. So this one, I would say, like, the actual play-wise is a little more laid back and a little more fun, but it's been cool just to see, you know, everything that's been going on and how much everybody's enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly the same. I wasn't telling them anything about preparing for the game. We were preparing to be on setbacks. Like Helen said, I mean, at the end of the day, we're here together, like, for a fun weekend. This is supposed to be our break, even though we all play Tuesday.
Yeah, we would appreciate a longer break.
Yeah. So yeah, just having fun, especially together. You know, it gets so serious, especially online, but like, we're friends, and having a, like, you know, a party with, well, how many of us are here? 30, 40 of your closest people that you play with and against all the time has been really, really fun.
Last question will come from the left in the third row.
Sports Illustrated. Napheesa, as you get further into bargaining, your first time in a leadership role on the committee, what have you learned the most from this experience, and has anything surprised you about actually being in the room?
I mean, I don't know if I've learned it from this or just through Unrivaled as well, just how complex business is. And, you know, of course, as players, you want to get the most you can, but there are business expenses and all those things. So that's why I think being an Unrivaled helps in that situation where I know, like, there are business expenses coming from the W. I know it's reasonable for us to ask, and that's why I feel like we all feel really prepared. All of us are individual businesses. Like, each one of our brands, we understand the business, and it gives us a unique perspective where we know exactly what we're talking about. So I don't know if anything surprised me, but I do feel super prepared just from that.
Thanks, everyone.
Caitlin and Napheesa, thank you.